an operation called Olympic Games. It was a program that was started by the Bush administration by unleashing a worm called Stuxnet. It was developed by the United States and Israel jointly, and at one point it reportedly took out nearly 1,000 centrifuges that Iran had operating at the time in order to purify uranium. CNN Pentagon correspondent is Barbara Starr. Barbara, let's first talk about Stuxnet and then let's talk about Flame. What do we know about these programs? I know the United States has acknowledged developing this kind of cyber warfare, but really has not actually said that it's using it, correct?
Well, nobody's acknowledged it publicly, Soledad. That's right. Whether it's Stuxnet or Flame or any of these computer worms or viruses, this is some of the most classified, secretive stuff going around the Pentagon, the White House, and the CIA these days. This is cyber war. Stuxnet, as you said, was aimed for many years at going after specifically Iran's centrifuges, those spinning machines that purify the uranium. If you could wreck the computer system that ran them, you could make those break down, you could stop Iran's nuclear development. Under President Obama, by all accounts, and the New York Times laying it out, this type of warfare was significantly stepped up against Iran. You know, the question now, I guess, is how successful has it been? Has it really stopped Iran from going ahead with its nuclear programs? But if you can do this kind of thing with a computer, you don't need to send B-52s over a country to drop bombs. This is really going to be the new leading edge way of doing business if they can. So
hey, Barbara, this is Will. I just want to impress upon that point you're making. Apparently, the big jump that was made here is that a cyber attack actually resulted in a physical attack. Is that right? The worm led to the physical speed up of the spinning of the centrifuges, resulting in their destruction?
That's what the New York Times is reporting, and that is pretty much what has been acknowledged. If you could make this worm get inside the system that ran the centrifuges, they would spin out of control. They would not spin with the very high-tech precision that was needed to purify the uranium. So you are talking about physical destruction. You're talking about getting the result you want, which is that Iran can't make that nuclear fuel, or at least you're going to slow them down. A lot of people will tell you Iran has repaired some of this. They've moved ahead. They're trying to get it together. But, you know, certainly by all accounts, it slowed them down for a long time. It took them a while to figure out what was really going on inside their own plants.
Barbara, this is Abby Huntsman here. Should we worry about a retaliation from the Iranians? I mean, do we know anything about their cyber capabilities? And is that a worry?
You know, I think, Abby, you just really hit the nail on the head. When you talk to people in the Pentagon, in intelligence circles, they will tell you that when we talk about this being the leading edge of new war, what happens when somebody does it to the United States? What happens if Iran or another, you know, so-called enemy country perfects their computer technology and they come after the U.S. banking system, the water and power system of a major American city? And if you knew that cyber attack was coming against the United States, that's an act of war, according to Defense Secretary Leon Panetta. And would you take preemptive military action to stop that kind of attack against the United States? This goes, you know, far beyond the Dr. Strangelove stuff. This now gets pretty serious. If you're going to have war in cyberspace, there are huge ramifications that perhaps nobody's quite dealing with just yet. It's a real area of concern for the U.S. military.
And how much of it can be controlled? We know that the worm got loose. The worm ended up replicating itself on the internet. There was a problem with the worm, with the problem with the coding.
That's exactly right. You know, technology can outpace reality these days pretty fast. So if you unleash all of this technology, if Iran or North Korea or some country, China is huge in cyber war, if they were hypothetically to come after the U.S., and that got into U.S. computer systems, where would it go? It's one of the reasons that U.S. business and industry today is so concerned about cybersecurity and protecting their computer systems, because they know this is now an international grid. We're not isolated here in the United States. Our computer systems are vulnerable to attack virtually from anywhere in the world. So the next time you open up your laptop and you see an email that you're not too sure where it came from, really, don't open it.
You are not kidding. Barbara Starr, we should mention that the article in the New York Times is written by David Sanger. He's got a book coming out called Confront and Conceal: Obama's Secret Wars and Surprising Use of American Power. I guess that released on Tuesday. Thanks. Appreciate it, Barbara.